Hey readers, welcome back to Bookmark This, where lit happens. My name is Jess, and the lit that is happening today is about to be this fruit bowl. I am at work yet again, and I am on lunch break, and I am definitely about to dive into this fruit bowl. I have never seen a blackberry quite that big. That is massive, but I'm going to eat it. And you should grab your lunch or a snack, get yourself something to drink, and let's settle in. We're going to start with the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's going to be on my Kindle. I do not have a hard copy, but we are also going to be finishing up the Bone Raiders, which is the Caffeine and Legend book box pick for September. I got sidetracked in September. Did I finish it? No, I did not. So we are going to finish that up for the first book, probably that I finish in October. And I also hope to start, maybe finish, but definitely start the Bewitching. And I hope that you enjoy this video. Okay, I have a reading update for you guys. So I am about let's see, 75% of the way through the pumpkin spice latte, and this one is a cute little rom-com, and I'm having such a good time with it. It is filled with autumnal vibes and of course a cute little spicy romance story, and it is definitely not anything profound or groundbreaking, but it's a book that I think everyone should read. I'm on page 319, so I'm about to wrap this one up. And I also started The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, and this one is giving me all the vibes. I am having a really good time with this one. It is set in a college, which any kind of academia book is a lot of fun for me. And it is a tale of like a Mexican Gothic ghost story. And we follow Minerva in current time, which current time in this book is 1998. Yes, 1998. And we are discovering her love for academics and how she had to basically climb her way into being able to study. And she is just working on building relationships currently, and it is a lot of fun following her. And we also have 3 different timelines, so keeping up with that is a lot, but it is well established in this book and notated when we switch timelines, which I love. I don't like having to guess which timeline I'm in. Another timeline is 1908, and then the final timeline is 1934. And Minerva is an academic student who is in a graduate program, and she is studying the history of horror literature, and she is researching a author named Beatrice Tremblay. And in researching her and preparing for her thesis statement, she is starting to uncover that there might have been, or at least there are stories that hint at the fact that this might be a true story that Beatrice's work was based off of. And so then we have an alternate timeline where we are following Alba, which is her grandmother. And we are coming to discover that maybe, just maybe, these stories of ghosts and witches are connected somehow, and might be there's some foreshadowing that leads me to believe that there might be some overlap to the stories. So it is a good time, and the vibe is set, and I am loving this one so far. I'm only about 25% of the way through, so hopefully gonna wrap this one up by the end of this reading vlog. Okay, guys, I have a reading update for you. I am behind on filming. Yesterday afternoon just really got away from me, and we had some homeschool things to finish up. I needed to start prepping some things. I also have worked a shift in between all of this, but I have read quite a bit. So what did I read? I finished Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I have gotten quite a bit of the way through. I got quite a bit of the way through Fall I Want, which was not at all even on this TBR. For this particular week's vlog, I had zero plans of reading that. I don't even think I owned it when I started this vlog, but I read Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I just wanted another rom-com that was fall-esque, and I picked up Fall I Want, and I am having a good time with it. I'm reading that one on my Kindle. I am on page 264, and it is definitely like sappy romance, and I obviously have rolled my eyes a couple of times in it, but I do have a lot of fun with these every now and then, and fall is a perfect time for them. I have a good time really breaking up some of these heavier reads with these beautiful, perfect, happily ever afters. And the reason that I'm having such a good time with this one too, I think, is because there are some deeper themes in there as well. So we have the male love interest is a rich guy. He's like a celebrity. But there's also some generational wealth there as well. So he's just like got it going on financially. But, oh, and of course, he's described as being like every other male love interest in these books, you know, drop dead gorgeous. But there are some funner, well, I shouldn't say fun. There are some deeper themes there that have been fun for me to read. And one of the deeper themes is that his dad is like a crappy dad who owns a business and is very much a businessman first. He forces his children to sort of, you know, their lives are very scripted, and he forces them to be a particular way. And it's been interesting to read that perspective. And then his mother also had passed away when he was younger. And this book has given me a lot of feels. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing all around. But I teared up actually on this one. It has given me feels. There is something about the fact that his mom passed away, and she has left him a home in this sweet little town, which of course is where our female love interest or female main character is. But inside the home, he loved scavenger hunts when he was little, and inside the home, she has left him a bunch of little notes scattered throughout the house, and so he's finding them. He found one so far, and I teared up reading the letter because I do that for my kids. We do scavenger hunts all the time, especially for Christmas and at the holidays. And I don't know, it just gave me the feels, and so that's pretty awesome. And then the female main character, she is a college grad, and she wants to be an author, and she writes, but she hasn't written in a while because she wants to write these rom-coms, and she doesn't actually believe in happy ever after. So she's having a hard time having some, I guess, inspiration or motivation to write. So she and her friends are running a cafe, and I'm just having a good time with this one. On to Bewitching, I am having a fun time with this one too. There's mystery, there's a lot going on. I am inclined to believe that Minerva herself might also be bewitched. Minerva, while she was doing her research, almost got squished in a library, and she like went to confront the person who was doing the dumb thing, and nobody was there. So now I'm getting suspicious. I also have been chipping away at Bone Raiders. I should have already finished this because it is very fast paced. And I have just been kind of chipping away at this like 20 and 30 pages at a time. And I don't know why, because it's actually interesting. I'm currently on a page 108. And I don't know, Jackson Ford's writing, this is my first book by him, has been fun. It has been a good time. There is 400 pages in this book, and I'm like, my reading vlog is supposed to end tomorrow for this week, so am I going to actually finish it? Probably not. Okay, so last update of the reading vlog before I wrap it up and hopefully bring all the books to a close. Prior to today, had already finished 2 of the books, and I just finished The Bewitching, and this was so good. This was so good. It's the favorite of the reading vlog, which may not be entirely fair anyway, because this is a fantasy, which is my main genre that I love. So there were a lot of cool things that happened in this book. There was some kind of creepy moments. There was some twist, and I had a blast. I usually don't really love a whole lot of, like, if it's dual POV or if it's alternate timelines. I don't always really love that, but this book had 3 different timelines, and I had a ball. I had a ball. I love this. This was done to perfection. I might have to do an in-depth reading deep dive of this book because it's that good. I could definitely see myself rereading this for like a next year or something, next fall. And it's so pretty too. It's just, the cover is gorgeous. Okay, so I have only 30 minutes on my lunch break, and I need to get reading because I have 150 pages left in this book. And I know that I'm not going to do it on my lunch break. And I'm debating whether I should use a credit. I have credits for Audible. I'm debating whether I should use a credit to help me speed through the rest of this so that I can finish it for the vlog. I don't know if it's that serious, but it feels that serious to me. But maybe I'll get some extra time here or there to keep going. But I will update you with my final thoughts on this as well. But it is definitely an adventure, and I really like the characters, and all these times are me just laughing and having a good time and being scared, or not scared, but like shocked or upset a couple of times throughout the reading journey of this. It has just been a lot of fun. This one is quick. I'll give you my final updates when I finish it, but so far I'm really loving it. So let me get to reading to see if I can actually finish it. Final thoughts on the 4 books that I read for this first reading vlog. I have sort of put my thoughts together, I think, and I have sort of honed in on exactly my favorite parts of these books. So starting off with the first book that I finished, spoiler alert, it was not Bone Raiders, but the first book that I finished for this vlog was Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This is a cozy small town romance where it's like found community. There's a book club and a coffee shop, and it gives all the fall vibes. There was some light mystery and a snarky little cat that makes an appearance, a short appearance, but still an appearance. And of course, it has Happily Ever After. This one wrapped up to be 3 stars for me. I do think it's a little staple for if you're looking for a rom-com for the fall. This is going to put you in that fall spirit. This one should be on your bookshelf. The second book that I finished for this reading vlog was Fall I Want. This one was a rom-com with depth. It was about grief and identity and second chance at love, and it was a lot of um, sort of getting to know one another. And the main characters here got a chance to learn what a healthy relationship looks like. They were able to help each other through some trauma and discovery, and just learning to trust one another and sort of get over some of their past experiences. There was also some happily ever after in a different way, because the main character's dad and also some friendships that were destroyed all sort of wrapped up in a bow. There was some learning and character development of a lot of our side characters, where their dad ends up apologizing and the ex boyfriend ends up apologizing and sort of backing off. And I thought that was a neat way to sort of wrap up the book. And like, I'm used to happily ever afters and putting a little cherry on top of these rom-com sort of Lifetime Hallmark-esque books. But I there a lot of the times they don't always do that full circle with everybody in the picture, and I thought that that was cute. The dad is learning from the son. The main characters are learning from each other. They're inclusive of the friends, sort of finding happily ever afters as well. And so this one was it even had a tad of emotion, like I mentioned, with the grief portions of the book within it, woven beautifully within it as well. So for me, this one wraps up to be a 4-star read, and is definitely one that should be bookmarked on your shelf. The third and the favorite book that I read for this vlog was The Bewitching. This one is a literary paranormal mystery. There's generational trauma, there's ghosts slash witches, there's a lot of unraveling and discovering the truth. And I absolutely ate this one up. There is a 3 um, different sort of POV and 3 separate timelines. And I don't normally love that, but I ate this one up. This one was done to perfection. I really can't think of anything that I would change very much of. And I think that is why this one got 5 stars for me. This one is a slow burn spooky, and it is a lot of discovery, unraveling the past, research, academia is thrown in there. And I really don't know. There's love in there too. I really don't know what more you could want for this season. I don't know that I'm going to be able to top this book for the entire month, but we shall keep an open mind and try to, because there's nothing more fun to me. But this one definitely got 5 stars, and it should be the first book that you run to bookmark for your shelf. The final book that I finished, finally, was The Bone Raiders. Now, did I finish Bone Raiders right on time for this vlog? No, I did not. I had came home from work with just a little bit of daylight left, and I did not make it. But prior to editing, I only had about 30 to 40 pages left, so I finished it so that I can give you my thoughts on it. This one rounded out to be 4 stars for me. Overall, the pacing was really fast, but there was some slower moments that were okay, because we got to dive into our very complex characters, which are some badass women that I adored. I loved getting to know them. A lot of them may have made some choices that it had some perspective that I certainly don't have, but it was really fun getting to know the way they thought, and the choices that they made throughout the story. I enjoyed learning about the lizard. I fell in love with the lizard, which I don't really like lizards at all. I am a dragon girly though, so this lizard was giving me sort of dragon-esque vibes. I loved learning about the lizard. I wish that there was more of an appearance of the lizard throughout the book, but I did also think that there really wasn't a lot of opportunity for it because we spent a lot of time, traveling and learning and fighting, and it all felt necessary for the buildup of the scenes of the lizard. I also really loved the relationships. I love the twists. There were twists all up in this book, and I loved it. Um, this was a really good one. It didn't quite make it to 5 stars for me, but it was only a little off. And this isn't a book that I would typically pick for October, although fantasy for me does fall within the realm of fall. But I chose to finish this one because I simply never finished it in September, and I enjoyed my time. It was adventure, badass females, it was resistance, and it was standing for a cause, and they won. It was a victory. So I enjoyed this one a whole lot, and I do think that you should give it a try. And if you would like to experience the Caffeine and Legends book box, in the description, I will have a link for you where you can save $10 off. It comes with your choice of caffeine. It comes with a book, which this one was mine. This book was a new release too. It came out in August and it was in my September box. Hey, I'm all for that. So a new book, a caffeine of your choice, and some little gifts throughout the box as well. Right on. Okay, friends, so that does it for my thoughts on these 4 books. I hope that the next reading vlog is just as wonderful as this one. I'm trying not to be so ambitious for the next week's reading vlog because by the time you guys are seeing this, I will probably already be halfway through that week. But I do have my final exam in stats. So you can look forward to for the next reading vlog for week 2 of October. I'm going to try to ease into the spooky, and I'm going to do a little more cozy, a little more, maybe some more found family, maybe some more. I want some more bookshops. I want some more coffee. So we're going to have some of that in the next reading vlog, along with, like I said, a touch of a darker element in there as well. That is at least my plans. That's my plans. And as we inch closer to Halloween, it's my goal to get a small, what I think is going to be a small amount spookier each time. I still don't know what my lineup for Halloween is going to be, but I need to find me one. If you have recommendations for that, go ahead and leave those in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.